Welcome to today's class on transitive verbs. Okay, of course, we all know that verbs are important words in sentences. Without a verb in a sentence, that sentence lacks its meaning. It is a verb that will tell us what the action, what the verb, what the noun or the subject in that sentence is doing. So it is a very important part of a sentence. Without it, the sentence lacks its meaning. Okay? Let's not just forget that. But we want to look at another part of verb, a very important part of verb, which is the transitive verb. What is a transitive verb? A transitive verb is a verb that takes a direct or an indirect object. It takes an object in a sentence. And what does it mean to have an object in a sentence? An object is that noun that receives the action performed by the subject in the sentence. So it is the object that is being affected by the verb in that sentence. So when an object receives the action from the sentence, it means that the action word in that sentence is a transitive verb. That is simply the definition of a transitive verb. Then there are some examples of transitive verbs. We have some verbs like kill, buy, take, kick, give, teach, wash, edit. These are some of them. There are thousands of transitive verbs in English, but we have just few of them here for the illustration we have to do in this class. Okay, let's see some of them in the sentences. He killed the snake. He killed the snake. The snake is the object in the sentence, while killed is the action word. What does it mean? It means that killed is a transitive verb because it is able to take an object, which is the snake. How do I know this? I just need to ask what about the verb in that sentence in order to give me assurance that the verb in that sentence is a transitive verb. Okay, what do? I will simply ask, what was killed? What was killed? And when I do that, I will receive my answer as the snake, meaning that killed in that sentence is a transitive verb because there is a direct object receiving the action. The man bought some oranges. What was bought? Some oranges, meaning that some oranges is the object in the sentence, while bought is a transitive verb. Okay? He kicked the ball. He kicked the ball. The ball is the object in the sentence, while kicked is a transitive verb because it has a direct object, the noun that is receiving the action directly, right? So, Mr. Maker teaches maths. Mr. Maker teaches maths. The object in the sentence is maths, while teaches is a transitive verb, meaning that teaches is giving an action, while maths is receiving the action. The student washes his shirt. His shirt is the object in the sentence, while washes is the transitive verb. The action is transferred directly to his shirt, right? He edits books. Books is the object in the sentence, while edits is the transitive verb. Okay? Let's see the opposite of transitive verbs. Here we have intransitive verbs. While transitive verbs takes action, takes objects in sentences, intransitive verbs do not take direct objects in sentences. What do we need to use to complement the sentence is to use an adjective or an adverb or a prepositional phrase or a verb complement. These are some of the things that can complement or that can be used instead of objects in sentences when we use intransitive verbs. We have some of the examples of intransitive verbs as laugh, set, appear, dance, sing, cry, and others. There are thousands of them as well. Intransitive verbs. They do not take objects like transitive verbs in sentences, okay? So let's see some of the examples here. She appears happy. She appears happy. If you look at the sentence here, we have she, the subject. We have appears, the verb. We have happy. Now, unlike the sentences we saw when we introduced the transitive verbs, here happy is not an object. It is not receiving the action directly from the verb. Rather, it is an adjective. It is complementing the sentence. This happy is still referring to the subject, which is she. Appears is an intransitive verb. Okay? This is an adjective. A subject, a sentence complement. We use this to complement she. Happy is still referring back to she. So it is not an object in this sentence. The boy dances well. The boy dances well. Also here, we have an intransitive verb, dances. Then well is an adverb, telling you how the boy dances. Telling you how the boy dances. It is not receiving any form of action from the verb. Okay? The baby cried. This is an intransitive verb. Of course, there is no complement here. There is no adjective, there is no object, nothing at all here, right? So this is an intransitive verb. He laughed. He laughed. Laugh is also an intransitive verb. The choir sang well. The choir sang well. Also well, we have seen well here. This is an adverb telling you how the choir sang, right? Okay, there are some verbs, important verbs I do call them, that can function both as intransitive verbs and as transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. They can take objects, they can as well do not take objects in sentences. We have some of them, just some of them. I have 3 of them here. There are many of them, but I just have sing, eat, drive. Okay, let's illustrate with these 3 verbs. Number 1, I sang a song. I sang a song. What was sang? A song. That's the object. A song is the object in the sentence. Okay? A song is the object in the sentence. Object in the sentence. While this is used as a transitive verb. Let's see another sentence where we used sing again. Okay? She sings well. She sings well. Now compare these 2 sentences. Here we have a song, an object that received the action of singing in the sentence. Here we have an adverb that tells us how she sings. So this is not the object. Even if you try to ask the question, what was sung, as in the first sentence, it will not give you this. It will not give you the answer to be well. So if I say, what was sung? A song. If I repeat the question here, it will not take me to well, which means this is not an object. It is simply an adverb that tells you that tells you about the verb. Just how she sings. So this is an intransitive verb. Okay? He ate the food. What was eaten? The food. So this is an object in the sentence, while this is what? A transitive verb in the sentence. He ate in the morning. He ate in the morning. Now, if you repeat the same question here, what was eaten? The food. If you repeat the question here, it will not take you to this in the morning. So this we have here is a prepositional phrase. it is like an adverb phrase. Okay, she ate when in the morning, telling you when it answers the question when. So it is not the object in the sentence, rather it is a prepositional phrase. And because it is a prepositional phrase, not an object, the verb here, even though it plays the function of transitive verb here it plays the function of what? Intransitive verb, because here it does not take any direct object, while here it does. The driver drives carefully. How does the driver drive? Carefully. This is just the function of what? An adverb, because this is an adverb in the sentence, not what? An object, because it tells you how the driver drives. It tells you how the driver drives. It modifies. It tries to modify the verb, right? So it is an adverb. While here we have the driver drives a truck. The driver drives a truck. So a truck in this sentence is an object that receives the action of what? Driving in this sentence. Okay, so this is simply how to differentiate a transitive verb from an intransitive verb. Simply ask the question, what about the verb? And it will take you to where it is serving as an object or not. Okay, so if you have any question concerning this, or if there is any topic you would like us to discuss in this class, simply go down to the comment section and give in the topic and I will attend to it. Thank you.